name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very exciting and very special reading vlog because today I'm gonna be going to Forks, Washington to reread the book Twilight, and I am so excited. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for years. No, I've been living in Washington for about 10 years now and I've never been to Forks. And if you were wondering, I actually have read the entire Twilight series before. I first read it when I was in 8th grade back in 2008, and in a lot of ways I feel like you could say that this is the book series that like really got me into reading at a young age. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did read quite a bit as a kid, but in my early teenagehood, I really think it was Twilight that like really got me into romance books. And it's been so many years since I first read Twilight, and I thought it would be so much fun to reread this first book. And I thought, what better place to read it than in Forks, Washington, because if you didn't know, the Twilight books are based in Forks, Washington. And I thought 2025 would be the perfect year to do this because Twilight is actually having its 20th anniversary this year. I am really looking forward to rereading this book because since it has been so many years, I actually don't remember too much about this one plot-wise. And so in this video, I'm not only going to be, rereading Twilight while visiting Forks, but I also am going to be revisiting some of the movies as well. I actually rented all of these from my library, so I have the movie Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse, and these are all movies that I have seen, of course. I saw them in theaters when they first came out, but it's been so many years since I've seen these movies, and the place that I'm staying in Forks, they do have a DVD player in the room, so like this is gonna be happening while on this trip. I'm so excited to be visiting Forks for the very first time. I'm gonna be joined by my friend Brittany on this trip, and my friend Brittany, she has also read all of the Twilight books. I might include spoilers in this vlog for Twilight, I'm not too sure, but if I do, I will put a spoiler warning on the screen while talking about spoilers so that you can skip those sections if you want to. Forks is a little bit far from me. It's about like 5 hours away and I have to take a ferry to get there. But while we are in Forks, I have a little itinerary planned. We're gonna be staying 2 nights there, and there's a bunch of different things that I would love to be able to do and go check out because there's so many cool spots in Forks that we can visit. Something that I'm really looking forward to on this trip is the place where we're gonna be staying is this bed and breakfast called Miller Tree Inn, and I'm so excited to stay at this place in particular because this is a 1916 farmhouse believed to be the inspiration for the Cullen home in the Twilight books. And so it's so cool because this bed and breakfast is actually like one of the touristy spots that people say you should visit while in Forks. And so like how exciting that me and my friend Brittany are gonna be staying at this place. We booked the room that's called the Sunset Room. Apparently there's like a few different types of rooms you can book, and it looks like it's gonna be so adorable. I've actually never stayed in a bed and breakfast before, so I don't really know what to expect with the vibes, but I am so looking forward to it. I can't wait. Tonight's a Friday night. I'm gonna be getting to my friend Brittany's apartment a little bit later tonight because Brittany lives a little bit further south than I do, so she lives a little bit closer to Forks. And then I'll stay at Brittany's tonight so that way tomorrow morning we can catch the ferry out of Edmonds. And then after the ferry ride, I think it's only about a 2.5 hour drive from that point to get to Forks. And I think the plan for tonight is that I would love to get started on this book. I think I'm gonna try to read the first 100 pages with Brittany tonight because this book is nearly 500 pages. Like it's a little bit lengthier than I remember. So I want to make sure we give ourselves enough time to actually get through this entire book while we're there since we're only there for 2 nights. And it does look like it's going to be a little bit rainy and cloudy while we're actually in Forks. So like I could not ask for better weather. So for the rest of the night, I'm going to be driving to my friend Brittany's house, getting a head start on this, reading the first 100 pages, and then I will update you in the morning when we catch the ferry. Hello, it is now the next morning and we are currently in line waiting for the ferry. The ferry line was so much longer than I thought it was gonna be. Like we got here just before 11 a.m. It's now 12 and we're waiting in line at the ferry, but I think we're gonna be able to catch the next ferry, but we've been sitting here for a little bit already. But last night we started reading Twilight and I got up to page 84, up to chapter 5. Well, first of all, why are the chapters so long in this book? Like that is not something that I remembered, and I'm like, damn, like these are some long chapters. So far in the book, plot-wise, not too much has happened. It's mostly just, Bella, she's just moved from Phoenix to Forks, and she keeps talking about how much she like hates, like the cold and rainy weather. But so far the story has just been a lot about her meeting a lot of the different locals there. I forgot how immediately she like sees the Cullen family and she's kind of like, oh my god, like what's up with them? And so it's almost like right away in the story that she meets Edward. And I don't know, so far the writing style itself, like the writing does feel very simplistic. I was talking about it with Brittany, but I was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels very like surface level, or like we're not really getting any deep thoughts or like deep feelings from Bella. And I also feel like the writing itself feels very wordy. Like she's explaining a lot of things that I feel like we don't need all of these explanations on all of the things that she's talking about. Book is okay. You know, I don't think the book is like the most well-written thing that I've ever read, but I feel like I wasn't expecting it to be that way. And I feel like more of my nostalgia with this series in general is kind of tied to the movies as opposed to the books, you know? So I think it'll be really fun to rewatch the first movie tonight. But anyway, we are getting ready to board the ferry right now. I think we're gonna try to read maybe a little bit more. We have about like a 3.5 hour drive before we end up getting to Forks today, but it should be a beautiful drive on the way. I think it's gonna be so stunning, and it's such a nice day out right now. Like it's sunny, it's 60 degrees.
How it sways in the sun, keeping our stories in its motion, lies the truth about us. Things time will tell, we might never know. We'll be gone before it all begins. Send me your songs of tomorrow.
Okay, we're almost to Forks. We're like less than 30 minutes away, but we had to pull over to the side of the road because this lake is so beautiful, and the drive has been so stunning.
To know it all, to know it all.
We made it! Oh my god. So we just made it to Forks, and like, oh my god, this town is so cute. It's so small. There's only like one streetlight out there. It's adorable. And we just pulled up at the place where we're staying, which is Miller Tree Inn. Let me show you around this room because it's so cute. Okay, so after walking in the door, this is the bathroom right here, but it's kind of cool because this one is just the toilet. So like this side just has the tiniest little toilet, and it has a little shelf. Like, how cute is this? Oh my god. And then coming out of here, look at how nice this is. Oh my god. So there's a table over here, which, look at these mugs, by the way. Like, look at the detail. Oh my god. Those are stunning. So I love that. And then, wow, look at how cute this room is. We are staying in the sunset room. There's like a few different kinds of rooms that you can stay at here. But like, isn't it so pretty? And then look at, oh, dude, look at the view outside of this window. Like, oh my god. It's beautiful. It's stunning. And then on this side of the room, there's another little door, and there's the cutest little shower in here. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? I adore this space. It's so like small, but it fits, you know, like it works, and it's gonna be so adorable. They also do have the DVD player right here, and then they have the screen. So like we're gonna be able to watch the Twilight movie in here tonight. I can't wait. And downstairs, they had like a common area, and there were so many Twilight books downstairs. They had like all of the books, all of the DVDs, and like a bunch of different Twilight stuff downstairs. So we were like, ah, it's so cool. Okay, so there's this room at the bed and breakfast, and they said that this room is supposed to be like Carlisle's office. And it's so cute because look at this. It says this is like his medical license, like colon. This one, oh my god, can you believe? So cute. And then there's a treaty of peace between the wolves and the cold ones. Wow, dude, the details. This is so cool. And look at this candle over here. It says the Cullen House. Wow, this place is amazing. Like, they've really, truly got it all.
Did you get the Carlisle
it literally says Carlisle's office when you walk in. Isn't that so cool? Wow. This place is amazing. Don't do that. Wow, look at this. Like, are you for real? Like all the DVDs. Oh my god, I didn't even have to bring them. And we have a lot of movie options if we want to watch other things. What are these down here? Are these like new puzzles? Like, that is so cool. New moon deck of cards. So that's the stairs up to our room right here. And then this place is like so beautiful. Look at the fireplace. The fireplace is going. Stunning. And a cute little breakfast table. Wow, this place is amazing. It's so pretty. So I can make my tea tonight if I want to. A cute little breakfast nook. Wow. This place is adorable and it has really big windows. And then look at that. Oh, we even have a microwave. We could get like ramen. And look at this. Wow. Complimentary snacks. We're sitting on a literal rocking chair swing that's like out in front on the porch. Like, this place is so perfect. It's like I made it up in my dreams or something. Like, how is this real? And like, look at, as soon as you're off the porch, it's just like beautiful. Like, this is so nice. And the air is so crispy. It smells like trees out here. It's amazing. Anyways, we're gonna go get dinner because we're hungry. It's about that time, you know? Okay, we've chosen the dinner spot and it's home of the famous Mill Creek Burger, Blakesley's. Blakesley's? Blakesley's. Blakesley's Bar and Grill. Okay, so we just got out of dinner and honestly, like, that burger was so good. Like, the burger was good, the fries were good. It was incredible, actually. Like, it was way better than I thought it was gonna be. And now we just came like right across the street. There's the Forks Chamber of Commerce here. And it's so cute because they have the freaking trucks, dude. And it's so cute. Okay, so from what I understand, the red one is kind of like more, you know, like what she drives in the book or what it's described as in the book. And then this orange one is more like what it looks like in the movie. Isn't it so cute? Oh my god, look at this place. Without license plate. So cool. Forks rain. Forks receives an average of 120 inches, 10 feet of rain each year. Wow, that's so cool. A literal representation of how much rain Forks gets. Oh my god.
I'm so beautiful without you.
Seriously.
Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. I get my beauty sleep without you. No more nicotine turning my hands blue.
We made it back to the inn and we had a really nice dinner. The dinner was actually so good. Like, I was very impressed. And then we ended up doing some reading out on the patio here because like there's nobody around and it was so nice. It even started like raining just a little bit while we were sitting out there and like it was so magical. But anyway, I wanted to update you on the book and progress because I've made it to page 179. We made it up to chapter 9. It's a little bit confusing because Brittany has the paperback copy and then mine's the hardcover copy. So like our page counts are different because mine almost has 500 pages and hers has like 400. It definitely feels nostalgic to be reading this, that's for sure. I feel like Bella is like kind of a frustrating character to follow because I feel like she gives us a lot of details on things that like don't really matter, but then she'll just like easily accept things, you know, like without asking too many questions, and I'm like, what is going on? Just to get into some, I don't know if these would be considered like mild spoilers, but we have gotten to the point now where we've met Jacob. You know what's weird in this book is that she mentions that Jacob's like 15. Wait, he's 15?
Yeah, he just turned
like 15. He just turned 15 years old, and Bella's like 17, and like I did not remember the fact that there was such like an age difference between these two. I was like, whoa, what? But something that I thought was kind of interesting is that she was talking about going down to like the beach and La Push and First Beach, which is really cool because that's actually where I want to go tomorrow. And then we just read a chapter that took place in Port Angeles. It's actually the one where like she goes dress shopping with the girls and then she goes book shopping in Port Angeles, and I was like, that's so cool because like I want to go book shopping in Port Angeles on the way back. And like we drove through that town today and it was so cute because like I could easily picture it while I was reading these scenes. And then there was the scene, like the iconic scene of like Edward and Bella going to that like Italian restaurant in Port Angeles, like that already happened. But something that I think is kind of surprising that I didn't remember about the plot is the fact that Jacob is actually the one to tell her about like werewolves, and then he tells her about the cold ones, which he said your kind calls them vampires. And like I didn't know in the book, like I didn't remember the fact that Jacob is the one who tells her that vampires exist. Like, Jacob, what? I thought that was kind of shocking because I was like, dude, I thought that was like their thing. Like I thought it was like the moment in the trees when she's like, say it out loud. Like I thought that's when she found out about the vampires. So I was kind of confused. And then there's a scene after when her and Edward are at the restaurant and he like randomly saves her from these like 4 guys that are like attacking her in the parking lot. He tells her that he was able to like he knew that she was in danger, and she's just like, oh, like how long have you been able to read minds? And they're talking about how like he can read minds, but like they haven't even had the conversation yet about how like he's a vampire. So like it's a little bit confusing. I'm not gonna lie, like what's happening, I'm like, huh? We also were talking about how it's kind of silly that like there are so many boys pursuing Bella, and she's definitely giving this like, I'm not like the other girls because, you know, she hates it in Forks and like she doesn't like the rainy weather and like she misses Phoenix, but yet she's like so pale and like, you know, she has like literally no personality, and yet like all these guys are like chasing after her. I swear, there's Eric, there's Mike, and there's Tyler, and then of course there's Edward and Jacob. Like that's 5 guys. Oh, there was also, oh my god, I forgot to say this yesterday, but there was a point where Charlie, her dad, we were like, is he gay for Mr. Edward Cullen's dad, Carlisle? He literally goes on a paragraph. He says a whole paragraph to Bella saying, Dr. Cullen is a brilliant surgeon who could work in any hospital. And like, we're so lucky to have him here in Forks. And then he literally says to her, he said, you should see the doctor. It's a good thing he's happily married. What? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, is Bella's dad into Carlisle? Because that's the vibes I'm picking up. Okay, that's what he's putting down. Okay, I mean, I would ship it. Personally, I would ship it. But yeah, I feel like the story has been a little bit slow so far, but I feel like it's kind of crazy to me that at 180 pages into the book, she still doesn't know for sure that Edward's a vampire. Like they haven't really had those conversations yet. So it's kind of slower than I remember it being, because I remember it being so much sooner that Bella learns about all of these things, you know? So like it does feel like it's a little bit slow, but it's starting to pick up more momentum. And also we were listening to the audiobook, by the way, like for the first, like, I don't know, 120 pages or so, we were listening to the audiobook, and then we switched to just reading it physically with our eyeballs, like, you know, tonight. And I honestly say it's such a better experience to just read this physically. Like the audiobook, dude, the audiobook is not good. It's just so bad. Like her voice is so chipper, and like it just doesn't feel like Bella Swan, you know? The rest of the night we might read a little bit more tonight, but then also we want to watch the first Twilight movie tonight because it's gonna be so fun, and I think it's gonna be more nostalgic to watch it, you know, because I think so much of my nostalgia with this franchise and this series is like with the movies as opposed to the books, because I really do love like Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart as actors, and so I feel really like connected to these movies, and so I can't wait to rewatch it because it's been such a long time since I've seen it.
Taking care of myself, haven't done that forever.
Are you?
No mascara under my eyes since you left with.
Yeah, okay, I was just reading that.
No makeup on my skin, now I can't keep it together.
Potent. That thirsted for my blood, because I'm special.
And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. Edward's a vampire, and she's unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. Page 195. Things are getting spicy. Yeah. Freaking fine. It actually is. Focus, you bitch. Oh my god, I mixed it again.
Go out.
God.
Vampire.
Iconic. The slow motion really adds to this.
Mr. Banner back into the room then. What superb timing the man had. Pulling a tall metal frame on wheels that held a heavy load of an outdated TV and VCR. A movie day. The lift in the class act.
Hello, good morning. It is our first full day in Forks today. So last night we ended up reading a little bit more of the book before we ended up watching the movie. And dude, watching this movie was so fun. It was so nostalgic for me. I know critically speaking, okay, like the movie's like not that great, right? Because I feel like Edward and Bella, like just in general, they have a lot of, you know, like insta-love. It's almost like instant between them. And then their dialogue never really feels that deep to me. Like it never really feels like they're like actually taking the time to get to know each other before they're just like instantly in love with each other. Especially the villain aspect of the movie. Like I thought the villain part in like the third part of the movie was actually like one of the weakest parts of the whole movie. And that was the part that I remembered the least about. But I still think this movie was so much fun to watch because I think Twilight has like one of the best soundtracks. Oh my god, like the soundtrack is just so great. It's like instant vibes. I love the atmosphere of like, you know, the Pacific Northwest and like Forks in the movie. I also think Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, like they really make this movie for me. Like I feel like if they had casted different actors, I don't think this movie probably would have been as big as it was. You know, like I really think that they bring something special and unique to this movie. So it was a really fun time to rewatch it last night. We were also saying how we were like surprised that Jacob is like barely in the first movie. So that was a little bit surprising. I do have New Moon and Eclipse on DVD as well. So like there's a chance that maybe we could watch those later tonight as well. Because I was like trying to remember more of Jacob's story because it's so fuzzy in my memory. And I'm like, no wonder because he's like barely in the first movie. We ended up getting breakfast at one of the local coffee shops in town. We went to this spot that was not too far from where we're staying and it's called the Local Mocha Motion. And there we ended up getting like a breakfast sandwich, a scone, and I got some iced coffee. And I've got to say, the iced coffee that I've been having like in Forks and just like in this area in general is so good, which is pretty like on brand with like the state of Washington. Like I feel like in Washington, just in general, we have some of the best iced coffee in the entire world. And I stand by that. And I think Forks is no different. Like this coffee is so good. It's delightful. And anyway, today it is pouring rain. Like it has been so pouring rain all day. It started pouring rain at like midnight last night and it just has not stopped. And this rain in Forks is a bit aggressive, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's been coming down like at a slant, so it's been like coming into my car while we're trying to like eat in the car. But I think today the plan is that we just pulled up at the Forks Chamber of Commerce again because we wanted to go and visit the little gift shop that they have right here. And then we might also try to go to that like native Twilight store that's like more in the town of Forks over there. Today the big plan that I wanted to do is like to go to the beach. You know, like I wanted to go down to First Beach and Second Beach and like La Push area and kind of explore over there. But because it's like dumping rain today, I don't know how realistic it is for us to be able to like stay on the beach for too long, but you know, we'll do our best. We'll see. I just want to like take a look at that area and like go over there because I think it's going to be really beautiful. You know, even if it is pouring rain today, I think it's going to look so stunning on the beach. And then also today, I would love to be able to finish the Twilight book by later tonight. I don't know if it'll be possible because we're still like about halfway through it at this point, but I think the goal for today is to try to finish Twilight by the end of the day. We were noticing how like yesterday there was a decent amount of cars like out on the road and we were like joking how, wow, if this town is only like 3,500 people, then like we've seen at least like 25% of the town tonight. And we were like literally looking around like, wow, what did the locals do here for fun on like a Saturday night, you know, because there's really not a lot going on. Like I really think Forks is like one of the smallest towns I've ever been to in my whole life. Like I thought that I lived in a small town in Washington, but like this is way smaller than the town where I live, like way, way, way smaller. So anyway, it's good. It's fun. We're having a good time and we're gonna go check out this store. I might get a t-shirt.
All I'm keeping track of is the weather, and there's no wind, no sun, nothing. 80 days of moonlit feeling better, but a sweet relief is finding me. There's no love under the portrait. Ain't got no loyalties, no one to please. I just got that glue. Oh, the thrill I finally surrender, waving my white flag, wanted it bad. Always tried too hard, but now that's over. I can finally be me. There's no love under the portrait. Ain't got no loyalties, no one to please. I just got that glue. Steadily emerging with grace.
We just made it back to the inn where we're staying, and I wanted to show you because I have a little bit of a haul. I only ended up getting 2 things while we were out at the different shops, but look at how cute. I got this little Forks sticker. I just thought it was so small and adorable, and this would be perfect to either like put in my journal, or I might actually just put this one on the back of the Kindle because like it's so cute. And then I also ended up getting this shirt. Like I was torn between the two because they had one of the shirts that just was like, it had the cute little like Twilight logo, and then it was like the picture of Bella and Edward, but then I saw this one and I was like, oh my god, so cute. It says Eternal Love with pink, and like there's so much pink. You know, I just wanted something to like remember this weekend by, and so I love this. Like so cute, so beautiful. Anyways, we did end up going out to La Push. We went to First Beach, and we went to the point where like you can overlook the whole beach. Like we weren't able to go down to the sand, but we were able to like see everything from up there. Holy crap, it was so windy today. Like it was windy and rainy, and like that was some of the strongest wind that I've ever felt in my life. It like blasted into my lungs. I felt like I couldn't even breathe. And I don't know if it's just because we were right there on the water, and like the waves were so big on that beach. Like I've never seen waves that big in person. I was shocked. So it was really cool actually to sit on that beach for a little bit, but like it was way too windy to just be out there, to be honest. Like we were only standing out there for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, but it was pretty nice because we had most of the place to ourselves. Like there was not a lot of people around until we ended up going back into the car because we couldn't stand out there without like, you know, dying because it was so windy. And we've been reading more of Twilight, making more progress. We just got up to like around chapter 16. I'm about 340 pages in. I'm about 70% of the way through the book at this point. I don't love this. I don't love the way that it's written. I feel like actually Edward and Bella, they're having so many of like the same conversations over and over and over again. I'm like, oh my god, like how many times is he gonna tell her like, if you were smart, you would stay away from me, and like I'm actually dangerous. And the way they went so fast from being like, we're gonna have our first kiss, to being like, I'm gonna be in love with you forever, like you're the most important thing in my life. Like it's been very quick, you know, like their relationship has definitely been like 0 to 100 very fast. But something that I have liked about this last section that we just read is that we're finally learning a little bit more information about like the vampires in this world, and like how their powers specifically kind of work. I also like that we're finally getting a little bit more backstory just in general on Edward as a character. Like you're learning about like how he became a vampire in the first place, and you're learning a bit more about, you know, like their family and like Carlisle especially, and like how everything started with him. So like that's definitely been one of my favorite aspects of the whole story so far, is like getting to learn more about their family and like the lore behind that. I don't know if this is kind of spoilery, I guess, so like mild spoiler, but like I had forgotten about the fact that the Cullen family, like none of them were actually related. Like all of them were kind of like taken in by Carlisle throughout the years. So like I had forgotten about the fact that none of his actual siblings are like his blood siblings, and that every single one of them, it's almost like a found family situation, which I actually do like. I think that's pretty cool. I was looking back through my like things that I've tabbed because I was like, there were so many things that I wanted to update you on. There was this one line that I just thought was hilarious, like the way that this was written, because it says it's like the first time that she's like seeing him, you know, like in the sunlight, and she's like talking about the way that he looks, you know, like laying in the grass. It says he lay perfectly still in the grass, his shirt open over his sculpted, incandescent chest, his scintillating arms bare, his glistening, pale, lavender lids were shut, though of course he didn't sleep. Lavender lids. The descriptions are just killing me in this book. Like they just feel so funny. It almost feels like camp. I also think like, I don't know, Edward's personality in this book, like not that he even reads like he has much of a personality, to be honest, because he kind of reads like he has anything but a personality. But every single time he talks to Bella, I feel like he's always like trying to flex on her. Like he's always like, oh, well, I'm just like faster and like better than you in every way, and I could literally like kill you in like 2 seconds, and like I'm just so dangerous, and like I also watch you sleep. I don't know, like everything about Edward is giving like serial killer, like to be honest. Like he's just very creepy. The way that he talks to her is creepy. I don't like the way that he said like all the other children in our class or something like that, and it's like she's literally the same age as these children that you're referring to. I don't know, I don't love the way that Edward is written in this book. I mean, I don't like the way that Bella's written in this book either. I'm realizing that some of my favorite scenes from the movie actually weren't even in the book, because I realized, and again, this might be a mild spoiler, you know, if you don't want to know about the book, but I didn't realize that the scene where they're like in the forest and you know, he's like, say it out loud, and she's like, vampire, like that's not even in the book. Like there are moments from that scene. And then also, I mean, maybe it just hasn't happened yet, but we have not yet gotten to the baseball scene, and now I'm starting to wonder, like, was that something that was just thrown into the movie as well, or like is that a scene we're gonna actually read about in the book? But it was really cool, oh my god, I meant to say this, that we got the description of the Cullen house. We finally got to the point where like she went to his family's house, and the Cullen house was really described as this place where we're staying. And so that's really cool, because it was actually described as like this 3-story little cottage looking place in like the middle of the trees. Like it was definitely described as what we see here. So like that was really cool. I don't know, it's going okay. I'm not loving my experience with this book, but we only have a little bit left. So next time that I update you, who knows? Maybe we'll be close to being done with it. I think for the rest of this afternoon, we're probably just gonna like chill for a while and hang out before going out to dinner. There's this one place that I really wanted to check out. It's like a cute little burgers and like milkshakes kind of place. And they have a lot of really cute, you know, like signs out there. It's like where the vampire werewolf treaty line is, and it's where the like vampire threat danger signs are. And it just looks really cute. So I wanted to check out that place for dinner. But otherwise, we don't have too many plans for the rest of the day. So just kidding. I just got to chapter 17 and it's the baseball game scene, and I'm stupid. I don't know why I thought this wasn't in the book, but it is. Okay, see, this is exactly what I mean. She says, or he says, be careful though, the child has no idea. And he's talking about Jacob, and she's like, Jacob is not that much younger than I am. And he goes, oh, I know. He assured me with a grin. What the fuck is that supposed to imply? Like what, he likes her because she looks like a child? Is that what that means? No, Edward's a little freak, okay? Edward is a freak. I said it here first.
Rivers run dry, dust breath in the air. 2 dark days, do you have a tear to spare? Make a promise, the world awaits. It's heavy just breathing through this debate. Start come on, start a riot. When they love you too much, know it's fake, or even hate. Don't be scared if the way paralyzes you stayed at the gate. No, it's a lot to take in. It's designed to know when, don't wait. Don't be scared when the way paralyzes you stayed at the gate.
Hello, good morning. It is the final morning in Forks. We are getting ready to leave here in just about an hour. And I wanted to update you because I have kind of a bad update and then I have kind of an interesting update because yesterday we ended up finishing the book, Twilight. But the bad update is that I think we're both giving the book 1 star. Like, the book is not good. I'm so sorry. Because not only is the writing in the book just like, it's not good. The writing style itself is so simplistic. It's so juvenile. It's giving fan fiction, but like not even in a good way. Then also like Bella and Edward's chemistry in the book is like non-existent. And, like, their characters in the book are so freaking annoying. Bella is just relentlessly so insecure and she constantly doubts herself. And then Edward is like just as obnoxious. Like, I swear half the conversations they have in the book are about how he keeps telling her how dangerous he is and how like if she was smart then she would just stay away from him. And I also feel like Twilight just in general, like the book itself did not age very well. I mean, I know this book came out in like 2005, but like, gosh, there were some lines that I was like, yikes, like, why would you say that? So like the book itself was not good. It was 1 star probably, and I'm so sorry to give it 1 star, but like I have to. I just really didn't find any redeeming qualities about it, and all it was doing was like pissing me off. Like, I felt like I was losing brain cells while I was reading this book. But the good news, I guess, and like the interesting update is that last night we watched both New Moon and Eclipse, and like, oh my gosh, the movies are so much fun. The movies are way more interesting than the book and like way more juicy because, you know, even after watching, you know, the movie Twilight, I was like, yeah, you know, like it's fine, it's good, but I wasn't like really into it. Like, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I thought it was a fine movie. But then we watched New Moon last night, and like, dude, tell me why New Moon was like way more entertaining to me. Like, New Moon was so much fun. That might be the unpopular opinion because it looks like New Moon in general has a lot lower reviews than the first movie. Like, it seems like the fans would agree that New Moon is like not as iconic as the first movie, but I personally had way more fun watching New Moon. And the most shocking thing of all is that both me and Brittany were leaning more Team Jacob. I could not have anticipated this because I had thought my whole life that I was just like Team Edward. Like, I didn't really even think about it. And I actually don't remember, like back when I was, you know, in 8th grade reading these books for the first time, I don't remember if I was Team Edward or Team Jacob. Like, I don't know. But I always had just assumed that I was Team Edward. But like, tell me why. Oh my God, after New Moon last night, I'm literally feeling more Team Jacob. And like, that movie was so juicy. Okay, I think the main reason for this is because Jacob in the movies, like, he has way more personality than Edward. I think we can all agree on that because Edward, he just comes across as being like so serious and he's like so boring. So weird for me to say, you know, because I've actually been going through like a weird Robert Pattinson phase recently after seeing the Batman and like Mickey 17. I'm just like, oh my God, that's just like my man right now, you know? So like the fact that I'm even saying this about Edward is like shocking to me, but like really, it's like Robert Pattinson's most boring role that I've ever seen. It's like Edward is just so serious. And I also like something that I don't really like about Edward is how he seems very doubtful at his ability to like keep Bella safe, you know, because even at the end of the first movie of Twilight, when he's like, oh my God, like he's in sheer panic because this guy James is gonna be like, you know, stalking Bella, and he seems very doubtful of his ability and his whole family's ability to like take care of her, you know, and like keep her safe. And like, I just don't like how he's not confident in that and how he's always like warning her like, oh my God, I might not be able to stop drinking your blood, and like he just has no control of himself. I don't know, compared to Jacob, I'm like, oh my God, because Jacob in New Moon, when there's like a threat against her life, he's like, don't even worry about it, we got it covered. He's so confident in his ability to keep her safe. And I was like, okay, Jacob. And like the way that she loves that Jacob is like a furnace, you know, because they always talk about how Edward is like one of the cold ones, you know, like he's always so cold and he's so freezing to the touch. And then Jacob is like burning up, like he's literally a furnace every time. And so she wants to like cuddle with him more because he's so warm. And I don't know, like maybe it could just be me, but I genuinely feel like Jacob was so funny in New Moon. Like he was the comedic relief of that movie. And I swear those movies needed a comedic relief because it was feeling like way too serious, you know? And like Bella too, like Bella as a character. Like, she comes across as being like way too serious and way too boring. So that's why I think Jacob might be a better match for her, you know, because he's more like easygoing, lighthearted, fun, and that might be the kind of energy that she needs in her life. I also love the way that Jacob will tell her, like, you don't need to change anything about yourself or your life for me. I'm like, okay, like that feels more realistic for Bella, right? I don't know, so maybe I'm crazy, but we've been leaning more in the direction of Team Jacob, and I did not see that coming. Because like yesterday while we were like traveling around Forks, I was like thinking to myself, like, how could anybody be Team Jacob when Edward is right there? And then look at me, I'm a hypocrite. Sorry, the rain is still coming down pretty loud in my car. Dude, it's been raining like crazy here in Forks. Like, they are not kidding about the rain in Forks. Like, I live in Washington, of course, so like I am very used to the rain, but even like the rain in Forks, it does feel different from like typical Washington rain. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like the rain is like way more aggressive here, and it's just like relentless. Like, it's been raining all day, all night. So we're actually going to be checking out of this place very soon and heading down to Port Angeles, which Port Angeles is about like an hour drive from here or so. And the reason why I wanted to go down that way is because there's these two bookstores in Port Angeles that I really wanted to check out. One of them is called Odyssey Books, and then I can't remember what the other one's called, but I think we're gonna go hit up those bookstores, browse around. We might get something to eat down in Port Angeles, and then that pretty much wraps up our trip. After Port Angeles, we're gonna be driving back down to the Kingston ferry. From Port Angeles, it's about like an hour and 20 minutes of driving back to the ferry, and then after we get on the ferry, cross over to the ferry, I have about like a 3-hour drive home. So today's gonna be a lot of driving, and I'm exhausted. Anyway, I'm going to finish packing up my car and then heading into Port Angeles. I'm so excited. Okay, hello, I am home from spending the weekend in Forks. Dude, that rain on the drive home, oh my gosh, like I don't think I've ever experienced rain that hard while I was driving. It was actually kind of scary. Like everybody on the freeway, we were supposed to be going 70 miles per hour and everybody was slowing down to like 50 to like 40 miles per hour because I couldn't see anything. And people were putting on their hazard lights. Like it was actually so scary. Like I was like, I can't see anything. Like what am I gonna do? And luckily it was only raining like that hard for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes where like I couldn't see anything and like I was gonna start panicking. But like luckily it started to clear up a little bit after that. But like wow, it was raining the entire drive home yesterday and I didn't end up getting home until after 5:30 at night. So yesterday I was driving from like 10 a.m. until about 5:30 at night. I mean, granted, we did stop in like Port Angeles to eat and like we took the ferry and all that, but like damn, that was a long traveling day for me. And Port Angeles, by the way, was so stunning. It was so cute. I love little seaside towns like Port Angeles. It was just adorable and the bookstores were so cool. And it was actually nice because even though it was like raining all day yesterday, it actually let up for a little bit while we were in Port Angeles and like we could walk around without getting rained on. So that was actually so cool. It was perfect timing because then when we were leaving Port Angeles, literally like 10 minutes after we were driving away, it started raining really hard again. So like we really lucked out. Bookstores were so cool. We ended up visiting 2 of the bookstores. And from that first bookstore, I ended up picking up this one called The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. And this one is a male-male romance that I've actually recently heard about from my friend Rin on my Patreon. They were saying how they think that I would really enjoy this one because I was talking about how like I need more queer romance books in my life because I haven't been able to find as many that sound appealing to me, but this one definitely sounds like it's gonna be cute. So thank you so much to Rin for this recommendation. I can't wait to get to this. And then at the second bookstore, I ended up finding the new Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me, which I'm so glad that I found a copy there because I was looking for this book at the first bookstore that we went to and they didn't have it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I really need to get my hands on this book. So I'm so glad that I was able to pick up a copy of Say You'll Remember Me. They even threw in the cutest little bookmark. So like how cute is that? I love being able to collect little bookmarks from the different bookstores that I visit in Washington. And I had so much fun getting to explore the different bookstores in Port Angeles. I always have so much fun getting to explore, you know, like new areas of Washington. And that's the biggest reason why I'm so happy that I finally made this vlog. I really just love exploring new areas of Washington. I mean, as you can see from all of the footage that I shot, it's just so beautiful. Every corner of Washington that I've visited has just been absolutely stunning. Like there's just trees and water everywhere. Like so much nature, you know, like so many hills, so many mountainsides. It's just truly stunning. And like there's not a single day that I take it for granted living here because I love it so much. Washington is amazing. And so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Do you like the shirt, by the way? I had to throw it on just to see it. Like it's so cute. I mean, I did buy this shirt before knowing that I was Team Jacob, but I still stand by it. This shirt is so cute and I love the pink. I really hope that I can do more travel vlogs like this in the future because these travel vlogs genuinely bring me so much joy. And I had such a fun weekend and like especially shout out to my friend Brittany who was kind of like my second cameraman during this whole weekend because I was shooting some of the shots and then Brittany was also shooting a lot of the shots in the car. So like thank you so much to my friend Brittany for getting like half of the shots that are in this video. I really appreciate it. Anyway, you'll have to let me know your thoughts. Have you read Twilight? How do you feel about it? Have you ever been to Forks? And the most important question of all, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, that is a wrap on the Forks vlog. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.